Becoming thoughtless or be free of any unconscious activity in the brain can be very difficult to achieve, and for some of us, impossible to even think about. It's as if we've developed an addiction to overthinking, and our brain is full of unwelcomed and involuntary thoughts that keep repeating themselves over and over again. And we say we don't want these thoughts and how they make us feel, but we don't do the work to get rid of them, or at least minimize their effects on our mental well-being. Because when these pervasive thoughts are left unsupervised, their effect can be devastating and hard to recover from. So, if you want to know how to stop your own thoughts from driving you nuts, keep watching because I'll be sharing 5 tips to help you control and change your usual destructive thought patterns. But before we start, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I talk about how you can find your passion and go after it at any age, how you can find balance even at the most difficult times in your life, and how you can be happy with the things and the people you already have surrounding you. So if you're interested, make sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos that I upload 3 days a week. Now, let's get to today's topic. Rule number 1 is to stop trying to stop your thoughts. We all know that fighting our thoughts is like begging them to stay. It's giving them a platform to create an overactive mind that is out of your control. You might think that fighting your thoughts will actually stop them and give you a break from all the overthinking. But what it will do is make them even more pervasive and bold, to the point where you start believing and identifying with these negative thoughts. And this is where your problem begins, because you don't spend as much time on your positive thoughts as you do on the ones you believe are bad thoughts. You'll focus on them more, so naturally they'll expand and become your dominant thoughts. And this will make it harder to get rid of them, as they have now become part of your default thinking and they are operating even when you're not conscious of this activity. Number 2 is watch your thoughts instead of participating in your thoughts. One of the most surprising things we do is, even for our most destructive thoughts, we like to contribute and actively engage in the process of self-degrading thinking. We never question what this kind of obsessive thinking can do to our sense of worth, and we go down the path of self-destruction with this habit. And if you're doing this and you don't stop, this can become more than just obsessive thinking and turn to a more serious issue that can affect you in many different ways. This is happening because instead of simply observing your thoughts without judgment, you're involved in analyzing and fault-finding non-stop. You should realize that your thoughts are just thoughts, and that the ultimate power is with your conscious thought process and not your faulty background thoughts that are not even real. Number 3 is practice thought substitution and distraction. This method is really effective, especially for those ones that keep popping up every now and then. And the beauty of this is that you don't have to create anything new, you just need to focus on something other than your unwanted thought. It can be difficult at first, and you might spend most of your time oscillating between your focused thought and your involuntary one. You just need to be persistent and never stop distracting your mind until you're able to spend a significant amount of time on your focus. You can choose any object or a beautiful memory to replace your thought. Just be careful that it's not something that holds too much importance or has too many layers, so you don't intentionally create another round of obsessive thinking. But make sure you keep trying until you're confident that you're the master of your thought process and not vice versa. Number 4 is justifying your negative thoughts will only make them stronger. Telling yourself the reasons why you hate someone, or only thinking of the negative aspects of something in order to justify your dislike for it, will only increase your discomfort when it comes to these issues. And before you know it, they'll become the unconscious background thoughts, as your mind will naturally be unable to let go of things it considers unsolved. When you have negative thoughts running wild and you're consumed by them and are out of your control, the first thing you need to do is to stop judging any of them and refrain from justifying your emotions. Don't bring up things from your past and use it to feel sorry for yourself or hate on others. And instead, let the first layers of negative thoughts be the end of that process by consciously saying no to the endless and often useless rumination that takes up so much of your time and energy for no reason. Number 5, last but not least, is to practice mindfulness whenever your thoughts hijack your consciousness. It goes without saying that the ability to be in the present moment is the best cure for a mind that's out of control. In order to do anything constructive with your thought process, you first have to bring your whole attention to the present moment and block out all other times with all their baggage. After all, they're all created by you. There's no such thing as the past or the future, as there's only ever the present moment. It's only in your head that you give different meaning to time. And you either obsess about things you no more have, or things you wish you could have had, or you completely go off rail and start to hallucinate about the future, which is basically just a concept and not a reality. And when most of your thoughts are about times that don't exist, you should immediately pull them back to the present moment where your thoughts should be at all times. So that's it for today, guys. Check out my other video where I talk about the benefits of hitting rock bottom by clicking somewhere here. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share your ideas, thoughts, experiences down in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe not to miss my other videos. Until next time.